Have you ever sat in your living room during the peak of summer, staring at your ceiling fan as it spins furiously, wondering why it feels like a giant hairdryer blowing hot air directly into your face? We have all been there. And when you finally decide that enough is enough and it is time to buy an air conditioner, you are suddenly thrown into a chaotic jungle of brand names, technical jargon, star ratings, and fancy-sounding features. Everyone claims to be the best. Your neighbor swears by one brand, your uncle swears by another, and the salesperson at the store just wants to sell you whatever has the biggest promotional sticker on it. Well, welcome back to Let Sal Explain. I am Sal, and today we are cutting through the marketing noise to break down the absolute best air conditioner brands worldwide. We are going to look at their history, the engineering that makes them legendary, why they stand out today, and the modern features they pack into their newest models. But before we rank these cooling powerhouses, we need to ask a bigger question. How on earth did humanity figure out how to squeeze cold air out of electricity in the first place? Long before we had digital remotes and Wi-Fi-enabled split systems, keeping cool was a matter of survival and serious creativity. Ancient Egyptians used to hang wet reeds in their doorways so that when the desert wind blew through, the evaporating water would chill the air inside. Ancient Romans went even bigger, constructing elaborate aqueducts to route cold mountain water straight through the walls of wealthy citizens' homes. In ancient China, inventors crafted massive, hand-cranked rotary fans that required several workers to turn. Fast forward to the 19th century, and doctors were trying to use ice to cool hospital rooms for yellow fever patients. But importing tons of ice from frozen northern lakes in midsummer was ridiculously expensive. Then came the year 1902, and the course of human history changed forever, not because of a hot living room, but because of a printing problem. A 26-year-old engineer in Brooklyn, New York, named Willis Carrier, was handed a massive headache by the Sackett-Wilhelms Lithographing and Publishing Company. During humid summer months, the paper in their printing plant absorbed moisture from the air, causing the pages to swell and stretch. When they tried to align four-color printing plates, the inks were completely misaligned, ruining entire print runs. Willis Carrier didn't set out to make workers comfortable. He set out to save ink and paper. He realized that by driving air across coils cooled by a mechanical compressor, the moisture in the air would condense on the cold metal surface and drip away, dramatically lowering the humidity while simultaneously dropping the room temperature. Carrier patented his apparatus for treating air, and the modern air conditioning industry was born. In 1906, a textile mill engineer named Stuart Kramer coined the actual phrase air conditioning, after creating a similar system to stabilize humidity in his cotton mills. But for the first 20 years, these machines were massive, dangerous industrial leviathans that used toxic, flammable gases like ammonia. It wasn't until the 1920s that air conditioning made its grand entry into public life, courtesy of movie theaters. Movie house owners realized they could fill seats during the dead heat of summer by installing massive comfort cooling systems. People flocked to the movies not just for the film, but for the glorious ice-cold air giving birth to the classic concept of the summer blockbuster. By the 1930s and 1950s, engineers developed safer refrigerants, shrunk the components down, and created individual window units. Air conditioning moved from giant factories and grand theaters straight into average suburban bedrooms. Over the decades, those noisy, window-rattling boxes evolved into high-efficiency split systems, powered by variable-speed inverter compressors, air-purifying ionizers, and artificial intelligence. Now that we know how we got here, let's talk about the royalty of the industry. Who actually makes the best air conditioners on planet Earth today? Let me break down the top global contenders. First up, we have the original pioneer, Carrier. When you buy a Carrier air conditioner, you are literally buying from the founding family of the entire HVAC industry. After Willis Carrier invented his system in 1902, he and 6 fellow engineers pooled their savings to start the Carrier Engineering Corporation in 1915. They were the ones who air-conditioned the United States House of Representatives and Senate in the 1920s, the historic Rivoli Theater in Times Square, and iconic skyscrapers across the globe. Why does Carrier stand out today? In a word, muscle. Carrier air conditioners carry the heavy-duty industrial DNA of their origins. While some budget brands build units designed primarily for mild climates, Carrier builds rugged heat exchangers and heavy-duty compressors engineered for sheer thermal endurance. They excel in environments where temperatures reach blistering extremes, keeping homes cool when the sun outside feels like a personal insult. Today, Carrier offers features like hybrid jet cooling technology and advanced inverter compressors that can deliver rapid cooling even when ambient outside temperatures surge past 52 degrees Celsius or 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Their modern systems incorporate smart Wi-Fi connectivity, AI-driven FlexiCool modes that automatically adjust cooling capacity based on room occupancy, and intelligent filter alerts that tell you precisely when it's time to clean your unit. If you want a heavy-duty workhorse with a century of proven mechanical lineage, Carrier remains an absolute titan. Next, let me introduce you to the undisputed global heavyweight of HVAC, Daikin. Founded in Japan back in 1924 by Akira Yamada, Daikin didn't start with air conditioners. They started out manufacturing aircraft radiator tubes. That deep expertise in structural metalwork, fluid mechanics, and high-pressure tubing laid the perfect foundation for thermodynamic engineering. In 1951, Daikin introduced Japan's first commercial packaged air conditioner, and in 1982, they completely revolutionized global commercial cooling by inventing VRV variable refrigerant volume technology. Here is something incredible about Daikin that very few people realize. Daikin is the only company in the entire world that designs and manufactures both the mechanical air conditioning hardware and synthesizes its own chemical refrigerants. They control every single link of the supply chain, from the gas inside the tubes to the copper fins on the outdoor unit. Why buy a Daikin? Because of bulletproof Japanese reliability and whisper-quiet operation. Daikin compressors are legendary for lasting 15 to 20 years with routine maintenance. They don't chase flashy gimmicks, they perfect fundamental thermodynamic efficiency. Their latest home units feature 3D Coanda airflow, which uses fluid dynamics to sweep cool air along the ceiling so it showers down evenly across the room, rather than blasting directly onto your head. They also pack DoClean technology, which automatically freezes and melts frost on the evaporator coil to flush out dust and mold, along with titanium apatite air purification filters that eliminate bacteria and odorous allergens. If you want a set-it-and-forget-it system with world-class durability, Daikin is widely considered the gold standard. Our third titan is Mitsubishi Electric. Spun off from the massive Mitsubishi shipbuilding conglomerate in 1921, Mitsubishi Electric entered the home cooling game by manufacturing simple electric desk fans to help families beat the humid Japanese summers. They took the heavy-duty metallurgical standards required for oceanic vessels and applied them directly to household cooling components. Mitsubishi Electric sits comfortably in the ultra-premium tier of air conditioning. If you asked HVAC technicians around the world what brand they would put in their own homes if budget were no object, a huge percentage will tell you Mitsubishi. Why do they stand out? Unrivaled build quality and dead silence. Mitsubishi engineers mastered the aerodynamics of internal fan blades, producing indoor units that run at sound levels as low as 19 decibels, literally quieter than a human whisper. Their compressors utilize hyperinverter technology, which maintains full cooling capacity even in brutal heat waves without racking up staggering electric bills. Their heat exchangers feature specialized anti-corrosion coatings, making them an incredible investment if you live near coastal ocean spray or high-humidity regions. Buying a Mitsubishi Electric unit is like buying a handcrafted luxury automobile. It costs more upfront, but the engineering refined over 100 years pays dividends in comfort and longevity. Now, let's pivot to the tech disruptor that changed how we think about energy bills, LG Electronics. LG began in South Korea in 1958 under the name Gold Star, creating South Korea's very first domestic radios, fans, and household appliances following the Korean War. While Japanese legacy brands focused heavily on mechanical metalwork, LG approached appliances with an agile, technology-first mindset. LG revolutionized the residential AC market with their widespread rollout of the dual inverter compressor. In traditional older air conditioners, the compressor was either running at 100% maximum speed or completely off. It was like driving a car by flooring the gas pedal to 60 miles per hour, slamming on the brakes to come to a complete stop, and then flooring it again every few minutes. That constant surging of power destroyed efficiency and spiked your electricity bill. LG's dual inverter technology uses twin rotary cams inside the compressor that continuously adjust their spinning speed at fine-tuned frequencies. It allows the AC to cool the room rapidly and then dial its power back to a whisper, using only the exact amount of energy needed to maintain your set temperature. Today's LG models feature AI-convertible 6-in-1 cooling modes, which let you limit the unit's power consumption to 40, 60, or 80% when you are alone in the room, saving massive amounts of power. Their Smart ThinQ app allows you to monitor your exact kilowatt-hour usage in real time, control your unit remotely from anywhere on the planet, and run AI diagnostic checks right from your smartphone. If you want maximum energy savings, smart home integration, and rapid cooling at an accessible price point, LG is a home run. Finally, we have the master of household convenience and clean air, Panasonic. Panasonic was founded in 1918 by Konosuke Matsushita, who literally started the business out of a tiny two-room house, handcrafting improved duplex lamp sockets. Matsushita's founding philosophy was simple: build high-quality, ultra-reliable products that make everyday life easier for the average family. By 1958, Panasonic launched its first home air conditioner, rapidly becoming a household name across Asia, Europe, and America. Why does Panasonic stand out? They master the intersection of energy efficiency and indoor air quality. Panasonic understands that cooling a room isn't just about dropping the temperature on a thermostat. It's about making the air you breathe clean and healthy. Their newest models feature Nano AG and AG, Clean Plus filtration systems, which use microscopic ionic particles to neutralize airborne bacteria, virus particles, pollen, and mold spores lingering on your furniture and curtains. Panasonic units are also fully Matter-enabled, meaning they seamlessly sync with Apple HomeKit, Google Home, Amazon Alexa, and any smart home ecosystem without requiring proprietary hubs. Combined with their 7-in-1 convertible inverter modes and eco-tough anti-corrosion casing, Panasonic is a fantastic choice for families who care as much about air purity and smart integration as they do about cooling performance. So, how do you choose among these 5 world-class brands? It really comes down to what you value most for your home. If you live in an area with scorching, extreme desert heat and need heavy-duty cooling power, Carrier is your best friend. If you want bulletproof long-term durability and proven reliability, you can never go wrong with Daikin. If you want absolute luxury, whisper-quiet operation, and unmatched compressor engineering, step up to Mitsubishi Electric. If your main goal is lowering your monthly power bills with smart AI features, LG is a powerhouse. And if you want fantastic smart home integration and top-tier air purification for your family, Panasonic is a brilliant pick. Air conditioning has come a long way from Willis Carrier trying to dry out wet printing paper in a humid Brooklyn basement. Today, these incredible machines let us live, work, and sleep comfortably, no matter what the weather is doing outside. I hope this breakdown helped you navigate the cool world of ACs. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below, letting me know which brand is keeping your home cool right now. I'm Sal, signing off from Let Sal Explain. Stay cool, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.